How many times has this happened to you? You're at your home or your office Christmas party, and before you can say, "Oh, Tannenbaum," or ask somebody what it means, the cops show up. I thought you said you didn't want to come back out here tonight. By the way, why would you want to work on Christmas? Kids screaming all day? Wife stressed from the cooking? In-laws trying to be cheerful? I think he's onto something here. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And of course, a quick wish of Happy Hanukkah to any of those of you out there who may celebrate the holiday. This is our second week of looking at the Studio Gamer Edition figures. So we're taking a look at figure number 2, Barricade. Of course, Barricade was famously seen as the police car in the first live-action Transformers film, and subsequent media has kind of kept Barricade in that role. Even though back in the Generation 1 days, Barricade was a Micromaster race car and was the leader of the Racetrack Patrol. In the video game War for Cybertron, where Barricade appeared in, he was voiced by veteran voice actor Steve Bloom, who did return to the sequel game, but he voiced other characters, most notably Shockwave. He's also famous for appearing in several different anime titles, including Naruto, Digimon, and most famously, he's the voice of lead character Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. And of course, we're talking the anime version. Netflix has learned what they can do with that live-action piece of garbage they made. Hopefully they won't ever do it again, but this is American Hollywood media we're talking about. They don't know when to quit. At any rate, let's move Barricade aside. We'll take a look at his backdrop here. This is from one of the missions that he was featured in the hunt for some dark energon. I kind of like this backdrop as well. It shows us a darker and dirtier area of Cybertron, kind of like an area that's been abandoned and mostly forgotten about. So I kind of like it. We'll see how well that translates to the toy, especially for those of you who were here last week. Alright, here we go. We got Barricade. And of course, like with Bumblebee beforehand, you can store his weapon here on his backside. We got it right there. We'll take a look at it here in a moment. But unlike Bumblebee, Barricade only comes with one accessory, or at least one weapon, but he does have his arm is removable. We'll show you that here now. That's his arm, totally removed. Because remember, if you buy this toy loose, you're going to want to make sure you get this piece. Otherwise, you won't be able to transform him. Thankfully, though, Barricade can hold everything. And then we'll get to his gun. It's done up kind of like a nice looking little rifle. Kind of looks like an assault rifle of sorts. And we just plug that in here. Of course, the best way for him to pose with it would be to straighten his arm out. And then he at least looks like he's aiming his gun. That doesn't look too bad. I've seen worse. But at any rate, let's get on with his articulation. You can turn Barricade's head from side to side. He is quite stiff here. And the head is on a slight joint that will allow it to move up and down a bit. His arms can only be raised out about so far. They do rotate at the shoulder all the way, but you will have to avoid not only the kibble on his back, but this protrusion right here above the tire. It can snag on the chest like you just saw it do. His arms do bend at the elbow 90 degrees, but in his default pose, they bend inwards. The arm does swivel all the way around, but only in the one direction. No, it does go the other way too. My bad. Alrighty. But you still do have to watch, because he does bump into things quite a bit. You can only spread his legs apart so far due to the wheels being in the way. He does have a slight thigh cut. It's not outstanding, but it is there. You can raise his legs at the hip 90 degrees, and you can bend his leg at the knee almost 90 degrees. Plus, you can adjust his ankles, because he comes packaged with his feet folded up, so you'll have to work with him a bit when you get him out of the box. Just as sure as the way he's wobbling, I think he's gotten into the eggnog. Okay, to transform Barricade, first off we gotta get the arm reattached. And you may have noticed I got him positioned a little differently. So to let you know, he does have articulation at the wrists. The wrists can be twisted, so it can turn his hands in different directions, but this is the way you want to have them, with the large portion going behind him. Alright, to start, we come down here to his feet, and you're going to fold them up into his legs like so. Of course, once that's done, we'll come up here and get these tires, fold them in at the low spot, like this. So that way they look like that. And then you're going to rotate them on their little stalk. So now the tires are facing his feet. And we'll come up here and turn him at his waist, which I skipped to show you, and I do apologize. So yeah, you can turn him at his waist. He's got some dance moves, as you'd expect me to say. Now, of course, once we got him like this, you'll take these portions here, and you're going to fold them up towards his chest. Just like that. And of course, once you've done that, then you can put them and his legs together. Just like that. And of course, once you do that, then we'll come up here to his arms. You'll split the arms open. And his hands need to be folded up and rotated so that the thumb goes inside. Is it inside or outside? Looks like it's outside on the instructions, so turn them around the other way. Well, it's the detachable arm anyway. Get it in like that, and it should close up. It just is wanting to be a pain doing that. There we go. We'll reach down here to the floor, pick Barricade back up, get this other arm fold it in. And then get the other one reattached. We're having some fun here tonight, aren't we? Now, once the arms are in, then we will rotate them around so that we got these black stripes up on top. Like that. Then you're going to take the arms. The arms fold inward a bit at the shoulder, and then they'll attach right up here. As you'll notice, there's a post protruding out from his arms, and they should connect to this spot here in the leg. Then the area where the hands were should help connect to the front fenders of his alternate mode. There we go. Get the other one in. This is one reason I don't care for this arm pop gimmick. Because if you put too much stress there in that spot, you inadvertently end up popping the arm off. And doing that about 3 or 4 times can get a little stressful. There we go. So once we've done that, and you'll come to this back piece, unfold it all the way out. And then it should fold up and over, covering his head. And then just clamp into place. That is, we can quit popping everything free. Bits of it should go underneath where the arms go. So that way it'll connect and keep that black stripe in a continuous pattern. Now it wants to fight me more to get the other side, so well, we got this side in, that's good enough. And he turns into some sort of menacing Cybertronian car. Kind of looks like a cross between the Back to the Future DeLorean and a Batmobile. How well does he roll in this mode, though? Rolls pretty good. And of course, right here on this purple spot, he's got a hole in there, and you might have guessed, the gun plugs in there. So he has an attack car mode. All in all, not too bad. Getting down, though, to my thoughts. This one, I still don't care for it, but I like it a little bit better than I do Bumblebee. It's a little easier to transform, so it has that going for it, and it doesn't have nearly the amount of loose pieces. The thing I don't really care for is, like I said earlier, the aforementioned gimmick with the gun being attached in the area of the arm, because it's so easy to pop the arm off inadvertently while you're trying to transform it. But if it's something that you like, then I'd say go for it, because he's not really all that bad per se. Just a bit of an annoyance, but I don't think it's too bad to totally neglect him. At any rate, that's my look at the Gamer Edition of Barricade. I hope you all enjoyed it. And please do remember that if you like the content we feature here on this channel, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.